Hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, I'm not going to have a whole lot of shout outs today because, well, uh, again, I'll go behind time, but that's okay. We're gonna have a couple. We do have birthday shout out though. Today is Wednesday, January the 12th, 2022. Got one happy birthday shout out going out to Erica Mychelle. So without further ado, here is a birthday song for you. Hey Erica, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'm a say. You know you're a 1 more year older today, so a happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey Erica, hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Why, that's another trip around the sun that you made. I hope you're enjoying your special day because, brother, it's your happy birthday. But thank you, Dave. I said it's your happy birthday day today. Thank you, Dave. All right. Hey, and then there's Shin. Oh, by the way, Erica, have many more. Alrighty then. All right, and then there's the Shin Show likes with his Doug Bell, a.k.a. Steve Clary. And then my Pokey pal, Amanda S. Little. And that's it for shout outs. Sorry, folks, I didn't get time to get into the list. So there you go. Uh, I do have a like, though. It's a group like, and I don't know why. Oh, it's Lori. Alrighty then. That's who it is. I kind of figured, but ugh. See, I could every day give Lori a shout out because she's on here every day on the show, during the show, watching the show, and I'm surprised she hasn't laughed at my chippy tooth yet. Of course, the other day she did comment on it and say, ouch, which was nice of her. Nice of her to say, ouch, but just because you get cold and you slam your teeth together and they break doesn't mean anything bad if they're false teeth anyway. But that's beside the point. Of course, you know what I'm going to ask next, Lori. Yeah, right after I do the weather, you know what's coming up. So be thinking. Local weather forecast for you today, being brought to you by Refreshing Word Fellowship Church, located at 2054 Campus Drive here in St. Charles, Missouri. This thing's going all over the place. That's right, here in St. Charles, Missouri. So anyway, don't forget to come on out to Refreshing Word Fellowship Church on Campus Drive at our 11 a.m. That's 11 a.m., not to be confused with 11 p.m., but 11 a.m. Sunday services, which are conveniently held on Sundays when our praise and worship. And then on Thursdays, we have an hour of power prayer. That's right, an hour of power prayer on Thursdays between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. So don't forget to come on out to Refreshing Word Fellowship Church. Alrighty then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of forecast. All right, hey, today is Wednesday, January the 12th. We've got sun and clouds mixed together with high temperatures around 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Some clouds later on tonight with low temperatures of 31 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Thursday, January the 13th, partly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies in the evening, then becoming cloudy overnight. Low temperatures of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be north northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Friday, January the 14th, cloudy skies with a shower of rain or wet snow quite possible. High temperatures around 40 degrees Fahrenheit with winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then cloudy with snow showers becoming a steady accumulation of snow later on at night with low temperatures of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of snow 80%, and a 1 to 3 inches of snow is expected. So be on the alert for the snow watch. All right. And then Saturday, January the 15th, uh, snow during the morning will transition to snow showers during the afternoon. Highs around 30 degrees Fahrenheit with winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chances of snow 80%. About an inch of accumulation is expected. That means we're going to have 4 inches of snow, one day down drop. So there you go. Partly cloudy to low, partly cloudy with low temperatures of 13 degrees Fahrenheit overnight, with winds north to northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then for Sunday, January the 16th, partly cloudy skies with a high temperature of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be north to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then partly cloudy skies with low temperatures of 22 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Winds will be west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for our fifth and final day of our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, mainly cloudy skies with high temperatures of 41 degrees Fahrenheit with winds west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies with low temperatures near 25 degrees Fahrenheit and winds west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And that, my friends, is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. So, what is going on here? All right, anyway. All right, there we go. Weather forecast is done and over. Oh, that's what's going on. Couldn't figure out why my anything country. All right. Not like today's music. Oh, that's what I was going to do anyway. I did have a country song in mind that I was going to do. It's Alan Jackson. Not Alan Jackson. Is it Alan Jackson? No. No, it's Hmm. The other guy. Shoot. Well, I know his name. I don't have to know his name though. Uh, a lower class of people, I think, is what it's called. Song lyrics, lower class of people. Song of the lower classes. We plowed and sowed, we are so low that we delve in the dirty clay till we bless the plains with golden grains. Then the vow will, the trench diddle daddle diddle dee. That ain't it, by no means. Oh, what is his name? I can't even think of his name now. Well, it's not the other guy. Because he would slip on down to the old Oasis and he'd be down in lower places where he's got friends. I could do that one. I'll do that one and then I'll do the other one. Now, if you're getting background noise, that's because my dryer is running right now, and you will hear it in a minute or two. Don't let it scare you because it always scares me, but that's okay. Here we go. Song lyrics, friends in low places. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can get her in here. Tune it in. Me, 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 me. Ba, 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 ba. Yodel-yodel-yodel-yodel-yodel. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do with it. We're going to bring that over there. We're going to bring this down here. We're going to scoop ourselves right up over here. And we're going to do this the way that the professionals do it. All right. Here we go. Oh, no. Don't do that. What was the accident? Good. We don't want that there. We're going to bring it right up in here. So we do it just like the professionals do it. Except we ain't gonna have no background music. Are you ready for it? Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. The last one you know, the last one to not show. I was the last one you thought you'd see there. And I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes. Oh, when I took his glass of champagne and I toasted you, said, honey, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain. Oh, 'cause I got friends in lower places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. Well, I'm not big on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the oasis where I got friends in low places. Well, I guess I was wrong. I just don't belong. But then I've been there before. Everything's alright. I'll just say goodnight. And then I'll show myself to the door. Well, I don't mean to cause a big scene. Just give me an hour and then, well, I'll be as high as that ivory tower that you've been living in. 'Cause I got friends in lower places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases the blues away. And I'll be okay. I'm not one on social graces. Think I'll slip on down to the big oasis where I got friends in lower places. Well, I've got friends in lower places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay. I'm not big on social graces, and I think I'll slip on down to the old oasis. Oh, I've got friends in low places. Oh, I've got friends in lower places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues on it. All right. How was that? Was that better with me jumping on right up to the microphone, or was it just an average? All right, that I was just, I was just playing. I was just playing. I can do that because it's my show, don't you know? All right, I'm still trying to think of that song though, because it was in my head earlier today, and of course, right after the show, it'll be right back. Uh, let's see. What is the name? I can't even think of the song artist, much less the song. Man, it's driving me nuts. Uh, and I sing his songs all the time. I can do his voice. That's why I sing his songs. Oh, by the way, did the buzzer scare you? All right. There we go. Uh, uh, bu- 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 uh, this drives me nuts. I cannot stand it when I can't think of who it is. Anyway, hey, we got that ice sculpture thing coming up on the 29th. Let's not forget it. We're going to bring that, what's going on, to you by our everyday host of the events, which would be Jamie O'Driscoll. That's right, Seasonal Wreaths by Jamie on Facebook. Don't forget to check out her webpage, her Facebook page, Seasonal Wreaths by Jamie. Uh, and go on there and take a look around, peruse her products, because I tell you what, she has got some stuff, man. I tell you, she made something for me for my daughter's wedding rehearsal dinner, and it was a beautiful wreath with her soon to be, which is now husband. But at that point in time, it was rehearsal dinner, so it was soon to be husband. fiance. That's what he was. Anyway, she made a wreath and a nice table setting. So it was beautiful. But anyway, that's a seasonal wreath by Jamie. Go ahead and check out her page and see if you can get something really nifty for you to be excited about to have at your home for a decoration. All right, here we go. Petite de Gaudice ice carving competition will be January the 29th between 10 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. down at the old St. Charles Main Street Mall, which is now drivable. Used to be just a walkway for a little while there. Anyway, that'd be the 100 block of North Main Street, St. Charles, Missouri, 63301. The Fleet Ice Glass Festival. Ice Festival is perfect family activity with carvers filling 2 blocks of North Main Street in St. Charles, Missouri. You can watch carvers bring the ephemeral art of ice carving to life. All you got to do is come on down and see what's going on. They're going to have chainsaws, chisels, grinders, and knives, as well as hot irons and cold spray. Each carver starts with a single block of ice weighing 260 pounds, and they dissect it and they reassemble it into wondrous, sparkling creations. Randy Travis, don't let me forget that, Lori. There are outdoor fire pits, restaurant servings, breakfast or lunch, and shops to wander about in so that you can stay warm. Plan on staying a few hours so that you can watch the sculptures develop from a block of ice into a beautiful, horrendous ice block, ice sculpture. All right, here we go. Randy Travis, that's who it was. That's the artist. Song lyrics, Randy Travis. We'll just go to A to Z lyrics and find it. And it's not on the other hand, but I do like that song. The storms up, my heart cracked, digging up bones. See, I like all those places. Send my body, messing my mind, raising my two cheek. There's always be a honky tonk somewhere. Gone too long. My house, good intentions. What'll it do about me? I won't need you anymore. Forget ever, man. I told you so. I told you so. Anyway, the truth is lying. Tonight we're gonna honky donk deeper than holler. It's out of my hands. It's still over. Old date by 10, written in stone, blue black mountain, here on my heart. And we ain't out of love, promises, meaning for Cole singing the blues when the world was turning for me. Man, I tell you, he had a whole mess of them, didn't he? Didn't he have a whole mess of them? All right, let's see. When we walked, no stomping outdoor. It's just a matter of time, Carol. Somewhere in Broken Heart, hard rock on every crossroad your mind. Birth of the blues all night long. The human race shopping for dress, waiting on the light to change. High lonesome. Smoking the hive, come on, see about me, happy trails, heroes and friends, forever together, better class of losers. That's the one. I've been trying to think of it. I'm getting out of this high-rise penthouse suite where we perked in. Life's rosy and sweet. Ah, 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 I'm getting out of this high-rise penthouse suite where we pretend life is rosy and sweet. I'm going back to the folks that I used to know, where everyone's what they seem to be. And these high class friends that you like to hang around, when they look my way, they're always looking down. I'm tired of spending every dime that I make to finance this way of life I've learned to hate. I'm getting back to a better class of loser. Now, see, I can't get the rhythm of it now. And I've been wanting to do the song, oh, a better class of loser. Doing this uptown living. It's really got to let me down. I need a friends who don't pay their bills on home computers. No, I just can't get it. All right, well, that one's out. Sorry, folks. Hey, but that's the way it goes. Anyway, hey, it's story time. And that means, hey, kids, gather around. It's time for TV Grandpa to put your sleepy head down. That's right. Story time with TV Grandpa. So jump up on the couch or up on the bed, wherever you rest your sleepy little head. Because, well, it's TV time with TV Grandpa. All right. Alrighty then. We're going to be reading Gideon today. And Gideon is the angel, one of the angels, one of the archangels. And so we're going to be reading the story of Gideon. And we're going to start that right here, right now. There. Had to get my glasses up here where because they drag on my nose and it's not these are not visual glasses, these are spot glasses. I don't know if I've explained that to you before, but the spot in the middle of my eyes, right in the middle of the glasses, that controls my mouse. That's the only reason I'm wearing these glasses. They're simple safety glasses, is all they are. But that's why I'm wearing safety glasses so that the virus can't get to me. I'm surprised I'm not wearing a mask because I am within 3 feet of this screen. And if you're within three feet of your screen with inside of that, then you and I are less than 6 feet apart from each other, and therefore our our buffer zone would be compromised, and we would both be in trouble. So, anyway, here we go. Gideon. The story of Gideon starts out with God not being very happy with his people, the Israelites. If you remember, the Israelites were the ones God saved from Pharaoh, the people Moses led across the Red Sea on dry land. Hundreds of years has passed since then, but throughout all of God's miracles they had experienced, they still did evil in the eyes of the Lord. There was consequences for these actions. That means that when they did something wrong, God didn't bless them, but gave them into the hands of the Midianites. Now, the Midianites weren't their friends, and they took or ruined all the crops and the animals. The Israelites had to hide from them in caves. Now, after Israel had nothing left, they finally cried out to the God for help. Well, God heard their cry and like he always does. And he had a plan. That's right. The cool thing about all this is that God wasn't happy with the Israelites, but he still listened to them and he answered their prayers. That's right. This is when Gideon comes into the story. He was thrashing wheat in a hidden place so that the Midianites wouldn't see him and steal the wheat. When an angel of the Lord came and sat next to him, the angel spoke to him and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." But Sir Gideon replied, "If the Lord is with us, why is all this bad stuff happening? Where are all the miracles our fathers, the people that crossed the Red Sea, told us about?" But the Lord replied to Gideon, "Go with all your strength and save Israel from the Midianites. I am sending you to do it." Well, then Gideon started uh, all the excuses. "But Lord, how can I save Israel? My people are the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the smallest and the youngest in my family." I think God probably smiled here, but he said, "I will be with you, and you will smell beer." Smile? Wait a minute, where is that, man? I'm the youngest in my family. I think God probably smiled here. But he said, "I will be with you, and you will defeat all the Midianites together." Then Gideon asked God for a sign. He wanted to be sure that this was really God that he was talking to. So Gideon didn't have a Bible to follow and didn't know how or if God went around talking to people. He wanted to be sure. So first he prepared an altar and offering for God. This was the way they gave gifts and asked for forgiveness to God before Jesus died on the cross. He set his offering, meat and unleavened bread, down on a rock, and fire came from the rock, completely consuming the meat and the bread. And the angel of the Lord disappeared. Then Gideon realized that it was the angel of the Lord. That same night, the Lord told Gideon to take down the altar his father had built for a pretend god, Baal, and to cut down an Asher pole. And this was made of another god people who wanted to worship. Well, the Israelites had started believing in these fake gods, and that's why God had been angry with them. And he is the only real and true God, and these people were praying and giving offerings to pieces of wood and statues that can't do anything, and they can't even hear anything. Now, so Gideon took 10 of his servants at night because he was afraid of getting caught from the people in the town. And he tore down the altars. And the people were mad when they realized Gideon had wrecked their altars. But they decided that if Baal was really a god, he could punish Gideon. Of course, nothing ever happened to Gideon because Baal isn't real. And then Gideon still wanted to make sure that God would save the Israelites. And so he asked for another sign. He placed a piece of wood from a sheep, a piece of wool from a sheep on the ground. If there was dew on only on the fleece and all of the ground around it was dry, then he would know that God would save them. Well, when Gideon checked the wool in the morning, it was soaking wet, and the ground was dry. Still, Gideon asked for one more sign. This time, he asked that the fleece would be dry and the ground would be wet. Sure enough, the next morning, it was just as Gideon asked. So Gideon gathered up an army and started out for the midnight camp. Gideon was probably feeling pretty good about things, and he had lots of men to help him fight, and God promised he would help them win. Well, God had something a little different in mind. He told Gideon he had too many men in his army, so he knew that Israel would think they defeated the Midianites on their own without God's help. And so God said to Gideon, announce to the people, anyone who's afraid may go home now. Amazingly, 22,000 of the men left. That's a lot of people. More than half of the whole army went home. Only 10,000 stayed. Now, Gideon still felt all right. At least they had 10,000 men, right? Well, not for long. The Lord told Gideon he still had too many men. So when they went down to the water for a drink, the Lord told him, separate the men that drink the water like a dog and lap the water, and get on their hands and knees and drink from their cupped hands. And I'm thinking, this looks quite a while. With I'm thinking this took quite a while with all those men, but Gideon did it. And it's surprising, but only 300 men got on their knees and drank from their hands. All the rest looked silly, drinking like dogs. So God told Gideon that he only wanted the 300 men, and the rest were supposed to go home. This way, when they won, the Israelites would know that God was in control with only 300 men left. Well, Gideon did not know how God was going to help him, but there were so many Midianites against just 300 of them. So he worried and wasn't getting any sleep. So God decided to help Gideon and make him feel better about things. During the night, the Lord spoke to Gideon. If you are still afraid that I am going to help you win, go down in the valley with your servant Pahar, where the Midianites are staying, and listen to what they are saying. You'll feel much better after that. So, guess what Gideon did? He was still afraid, and he took Pahar and snuck down to the Midianites' camp. Just as he arrived, he heard one of them talking to his friends about a dream that he had. He was saying, I dreamed that a round loaf of bread came rolling into our camp. It came so fast that it ran right onto one of our tents and made it fall over. His friend responded, this must mean the sword of Gideon, and that God will help him defeat the Midianites. As soon as Gideon heard this, he worshiped God and ran back to the camp. He returned and called out, get up, the Lord has given us the Midianite camp. And so he divided all the men in 3 groups and gave them all trumpets and empty jars with torches inside. Now Gideon and the men surrounded the camp in the 3 groups. Remember, they were up on high, looking down into the valley. And when Gideon started to blow his trumpet, the rest of them followed. Well, they blew their trumpets and they yelled, for the Lord and for Gideon. And They broke the jars, and they were holding onto the torches with one hand and the trumpet in the other hand, shouting, "A sword of the Lord and for Gideon. A sword for the Lord and for Gideon. A sword for the Lord and Gideon." Well, when the Midianites heard this, they started yelling and running around. Then, when all of the trumpets started again, the Lord caused the Midianites to start breaking out, and they started to turn on each other with their swords. Well, the rest that got away were captured by the men of Ephraim and by the Jordan, because God sent messengers ahead of them to let them know they were coming. Well, that was the day God saved Gideon and defeated the Midianites. Without God, none of this was possible. I hope that after this, Gideon learned his lesson and stopped worrying. With God, nothing is impossible. Well, the next time you're in a tough situation, know that God can give you the strength and that He wants to help you. Just ask, and He will. There you go. That was TV Grandpa. And so I hope you're napping well, and I hope you're enjoying the Bible stories. All right, hey, it looks like it's the Bible with the Daily Bread portion of the program today. And the Daily Bread portion of the program, well, it's going to be brought to you today by the Bible with Briscoe 2022. The Bible with Briscoe 2022 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Do not forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2022 for your daily reading of the Bible. Today's reading in the Bible with Briscoe 2022 will be Genesis 29 through 30 and Matthew 9 1 through 17. So again, don't forget to tune into the Bible with Briscoe 2022. All right, hey, hearing from heaven. Today's devotion in the Daily Bread portion of the program is hearing us from heaven. Well, that means God's listening, doesn't it? Anyway, we're going to be reading 1 Kings 8, 37 through 45. 1 Kings 8, 37 through 45. When famine or plague comes to the land, or blight or mildew, locusts or grasshoppers, or when an enemy besieges them in any of their cities, whatever disaster or disease may come, and when a prayer or plea is made by anyone among your people Israel, being aware of the affliction of their own hearts and spreading out their hands towards this temple, then hear from heaven and your dwelling place. Forgive and act. Deal with everyone according to all that they do, since you know their hearts. For you alone know every human heart, so that they will fear you all the time they live in the land you gave our ancestors. As for the foreigner who does not belong to your people Israel, but has come from a distant land because of your name, and for they will hear of your great name and your mighty land and your outstretched arm when they come and pray toward this temple. Then hear from heaven, your dwelling place. Do whatever the foreigner asks of you, so that all the peoples of the earth may know your name and fear you, as do your own people Israel, and may know that this house I have built bears your name. And when your people go to war against their enemies, wherever you send them, and when they pray to the Lord towards this city you have chosen, and the temple, and I have built it for your name, and then hear from the heaven their prayers and their pleas, and uphold their case. And that, my friends, was First Kings 8 through 30, 8, 37 through 45, which concludes the daily bread portion of the program for today that was brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2022. All right, my friends, that's it. Lori, goodbye. Today I caught it, right? All right, you have a blessed night, a blessed day there, Lori, and the rest of you too. So glad you tuned in. Next time you tune in, why don't you throw a few comments like Lori does? All right, all right. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we'll be back if we get that chance. I'm a hoping, because tomorrow's Thursday, and that's prayer day, and it just sometimes I don't quite make it back in time, but we'll give it a shot. We sure will. All right. Well, hey, I got one more song for you, and it goes, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I say goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shin Show. And as always, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, hey, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.